Who are the owners of Gasem? Or say Ghana Cement? But I'm asking you, who are the owners? Ashanti Goldfields. Number bisa say na Ashanti Goldfields.
Eshasia we Ghana for J.A. Addison. Ghanaian.
You're still not answering the question. But Gasem, men joining free hot. The young so we is yeah. Say Gasem no. Wine there. A gasem na nam o river ne so a wo ka say your transportation was no. Me person who say both the gasem and whatever transport and nam so no. Yen benefit from it.
Enye gasem kwa. Who ka say transportation bi anko so na me say Volta Lake in transportation cost.
Look, I have a different vision for Volta Lake. First of all,
the transportation e cost uko Impakadan se si ameno ka say ya. Eho na cement ni iron rods dodo a ekobupe. Nefa enutina railway line na omaye from Tema kwakosi Impakadan na omato aso akọ nti se okase transportation bi ankoso a it's not totally
me see we're not using it for national transportation.
That you are correct.
No, they were not. And you are trying to argue say because so and I may try say me so no. And yes sir, I want to educate you that adia koso wo no is not to our benefits because that's meant to chrono e gasem. Na zika ni nyina ekobroni bi krom. That dear chrono ebia ye India ni bi dia. No, the only reason or this transportation link not to one is for their benefit. It's not to our benefit.
Enti trainer abai eye fitema edia ko eye Impakadan akosombo baby a dam ne wono eye to abrofo ne benefit.
But don't you think say a bibia ye wo krom hanyina is to abrofo's benefit because that is what they ask us to invest in. That is what they borrow us money and tell us that use the money to do railways and do here. Use the money to do this road. Use the money to do this. And if it was to our benefits and kayokro nke sikanasa.
And it say ya ban mu nyina omo ndwen.
Oh, what the person can say? Who bet me can say? But maybe me person me can say. Me person me can say.
Bibia ni wa ya ban nyina to our benefit.
You have to think about.
Not just bibia ban ye bia to the benefit of abrofo.
Of course. And then na me person me catch that one say ye media abrofo control it.
Really?
Me ba ubeko Ashanti Goldfields. Abrofo no matter wa afa bibi ho. And no mu try ye gold wo honom no my fire nkrofo ye adwuma no
and ye tu ye gold no so ye den galamsey
na gold no we took gold galamsey on sa
and ye say asase
memfa sa galamsey ni nhye Ghana fo pe uhwe nkrofo a omu free ekuro foforo so
nti abrofo na say ye man
aba me pa cho me ba aba ye kuro yi so a omu ye galamsey China fo any ade na nya aba na ma omu kwan because if he wants to stop them he can stop them. Say it to me, tractors and excavators, caterpillars, Ghana for doing galamsey there. Nay, me one part say China for Bibri, say in so you know, no credit as I say, Udi no cre. So, obi obedi or mine swa. Yes, so be they have a fair heart,
okay,
and they want to deal with the truth. Media me free say. And normal be ye wo krom ha doesn't benefit the nation but outsiders where you are there as I say you come want some
okay afen ye ba ye wamamu de ye kai nyina ye moguo.
Thank you all very much for joining us today. In our discussion today, it's about this Obuasi incident between the military and the young people or youth of Obuasi. It's sad. We are sorry for the losses of lives. But we want to take this turn or this angle from the whole situation. And this popular security analyst, Erbad Ibrahim, also has a similar thing to say. I want us to listen to his video first, and then we'll come back for more discussion. Thank you.
Mining companies and Ghanaians youth. Reports of casualties on the side of Ghanaian youth as a result of breaches at mining sites are becoming one too many. And ever too often, our response is usually a short-term solution. And there is deployment of extra security services to keep security and calm in those areas The number two, compensations for the youth that have been killed, and those compensations are given to their family members, the bereaved families. But I dare say that these solutions are short term. And as a country, we need to start looking at long-term solutions. Number one, many of these mining companies, if not all of them, that mine on a very large scale are multinational companies. So therefore, Ghana has to relook at the agreements we sign with them. What amount of local content is there? What percentage of their local staff should come from these communities where they mine? Communities like Obuasi, Takwa, and Dunkwa, and Ofin, and other places. So it is important that government twists the hands of these multinational companies to include more youth coming from those areas. There should be opportunities for capacity building, even if these companies have to fly out the local youth to nations outside the continent to train them. Number two, there should be scholarship opportunities for the youth, and then opportunities for apprenticeship, because not every young person would want to go into the mining pits. There are people who want to do other things with the skills they have. So what involvement do these multinational mining companies have in making sure the youth in these areas get good jobs to do and are well educated? I believe if these are done, and many others will be able to curb these incessant reports of deaths and attacks that are taking place. And the local authority in these mining areas have a role to play. Government should empower the local assemblies. Government should empower traditional authorities. Government should empower religious bodies in these areas, so that during festive occasions and other ceremonial periods, there is always going to be an interface between the communities and these mining companies. But if the youth feel that they are wallowing in poverty, they don't have good roads, they don't have proper amenities, they don't have good hospitals, they are bound to rise up against these multinational companies. Then it becomes a lopsided contract where foreign companies are eating large and then eating fat off of the natural resources we have been bestowed with as a country.
Thank you for watching and listening to the video to the end. Now, the issue is the youth of Obuasi are hungry. They are hungry. And they see it as foreigners, multinationals, people who are not Ghanaians. Just like what the Bible says, that the kings are rather walking on foot and servants are riding on horses. People who do not belong to Ghana, and Obuasi for that matter, are the ones enjoying. And then they, the citizens, are hungry. Automatically, this will spark rage. And this is not the first time. This is something that has been happening over and over. But it happens as this time around, this one has become news because of the number of casualties. But this has been happening. I always say that the youth of this country, we have really made a big mistake by not supporting fully Nana Kwame Bediako and his policies. This is exactly what he was talking about, that he would do for the youth. He spoke about how he will look at every region. So for instance, this Obuasi region, they have gold, farming and all that. So he will leverage on these resources, build factories, make sure the local youth have employment and jobs there. But what do we see? At the end of the day, he didn't even get 10% of the total votes. You see, this same Ghanaian youth are still rallying behind MPP NDC. These are the same political parties who have sold the country to these multinationals. And they are rigging our resources. They are looting our resources. And they are there talking about oral team chasing some ex-presidents and what have you.
What have they done about these multinationals also loot our resources from the country? Every now and then, with helicopters all over the place, carrying our gold, our natural resources, monies, expatriating them outside the country. It's really, 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 really sad. A situation like this, and this angle I want us to look at. Nana Kwame Bediako is one of us. He explained all these situations very well. In fact, he took his time to go to mining sites to tell us the mafias, the different types of mining, alluvial mining, what mining, different types of mining. He has all those videos available there. And he told us, revealed the secret of all those behind these types of mining, and how our country is losing big time when it comes to these multinationals snatching our resources out of the country. All these efforts, we didn't support him fully. You see, so it is sad that these situations is happening, but Ghanaian youth, let's wise up and learn from these situations, learn from these things, and let's make up our mind to support a good cause, someone who understands us and bears with the youth more. Not people who are in governance or they want to be president just for their own selfish gains. Anyway, not to make the video too long, thank you all very much for watching. We will have another discussion in the next video. Peace out.